Oh, hello, and welcome from the change cockpit. I just have two changes on my radar which need attention and which can't wait until the next regular change cockpit on November 22. That's why I need to quickly share them with you. They're split in two videos, so you see one now, the first one regarding Microsoft 365 workload and Azure AD conditional access policies, and afterwards following the other one regarding Exchange Online in a separate video. Okay, let's start with Microsoft 365. Here we have, if it works now, conditional access policies, automatic conditional access policy. In this change, and rollout will start already next Monday on November 13th. So in this change, Microsoft will add 3 new conditional access policy to tenants worldwide. They do this to further increase the security of all tenants, and the final goal is to have 100% of MFA activated users in Microsoft 365 or logging on to cloud services. So if you have, and only if you have, Entra ID, formerly Azure AD P1 or P2 licensed tenants, then this change is for you. The first policy that will be created by Microsoft in your tenant is multi-factor authentication for admins accessing Microsoft admin portals. That's the name. This will be created in Entra ID P1 and P2 tenants and includes 14 admin roles as a target. The second one is only for tenants which use per user activated multi-factor authentication. That is when you directly enable a user, enable or enforce a user for MFA, and it's not evaluated by another conditional access policy. That's called per user MFA. And if you have such users, not more than 500 of such users, and you have Azure ID or Entra ID P1 or P2, then this second policy will also be created in your tenant called multi-factor authentication for per user multi-factor authentication users. Okay, that's the second one. And the third one, if you have Entra ID Plan 2, then multi-factor authentication and re-authentication for risky sign-ins will be targeted to all users in your tenant. And this is only for your tenant if you have disabled security defaults. And if security defaults are enabled, then you can forget about this change. And if you have not Entra ID Plan 1 or Plan 2, at least one, there is only one license needed in a particular tenant to enable or to uplift the tenant itself to level P1 or P2 of Entra ID. And as soon as you have at least one of these licenses, then you are this change is for you and it will be created in your tenant as well. So when Microsoft starts to roll out, it doesn't mean that you already get the license next, the policies next month or next week. They will be from now on. The rollout will start then, so you can have a look from time to time. But anyway, once created these policies, then they will be in report-only mode for 90 days. And you can see there are even tags called Microsoft Managed, so you can distinguish these policies from all of your other policies, and they're in report-only mode. If these are suitable for you, or you can also change some settings in these policies, and after 90 days, if they are still in report-only mode, they will be turned on. If you turn them off by yourself, then they won't be turned on again. And if you think, okay, that's a good idea, these policies, you probably also want to exclude your break class accounts or account from these policies or do another changes inside this policy. So that's all. Just to be aware, starting next Monday, worldwide rollout of automatic conditional access policies, and then see you in either the other video or see you in the next Change Cockpit November 22. Thanks and greetings from the Change Cockpit.